This episode is brought to you by Cast 11, Prescott's #1 podcast network.
Take 201.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Mike.
Are you ready for our phone call today?
You know I am. We have another great guest lined up.
Can't wait. I love phone calls.
And I love waiting. So let's go. Perfect. Nailed it. Took a minute.
First
Thanks
try.
for the help. First try.
Good morning, Ben.
Good morning, Mikey. How are you?
Hey, great.
That's great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look better than ever.
No, that's not true. But you do.
No, I don't think
Okay.
that's true
Well,
either.
hey,
Yeah,
we tried.
We just
It was
look as
very
good
nice
as we
of us.
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's good to see you. We actually have a special day today.
Do we?
Yeah, we have a special day. It's our season finale episode, number 17.
Wow. That went quick.
Yeah, can you believe it?
I can't.
Yeah.
Can't believe we're still here.
Nailed it every time, Benny.
Nailed it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
It's been fun.
It has. It definitely has.
I didn't know you were so funny and intellectual well, I did.
Are you sure?
No, I had a clue, but impressive. You just bring it every time.
I don't even know what to say to that, but thanks. Definitely.
You at least bring the mullet.
Like the laugh. Yeah, the mullet is it. I get laughed at, It actually has, it's like so normalized now that I feel like just, had I had this a couple years ago, people probably would have pointed and stared as I walked by. And now it's just like, oh, there goes another weirdo with a mullet. Yeah, fits right in.
How does it go at the golf course with your buddies?
Oh, everybody tells me to cut it. Yeah.
Do they?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, that
no,
group of guys is not easy.
Right.
mean,
I don't give
you.
in to peer pressure though.
Good.
So,
yeah.
So I'm just, I said I'm keeping it at least minimum of a year.
I think that's what you guys should gamble. Well, not that you're doing gambling. You're doing what would you call it? I don't know. Friendly competition. But if somebody loses, they should have to grow a mullet.
Man, I don't know that some of those guys could even.
Well, yeah. There's no party up front. There's not enough hair.
Yeah, no, it's the best they could do is a party up front, but there's running out of business on top, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm sorry, party in the back, business up front. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot up front to
I mean, it's
grow, some of them.
Yeah, there's some good hair out there. I mean, not quite on this level, but there's, I see it. I see them.
You do?
There. Yeah, they're more in your ballpark with like the classic cuts and all that. But
yeah, right.
But yeah, it's funny you mentioned the wagering or gambling, but I think we call it optional wagering when we do our tournaments. But
right.
it's for the most part there's some gambling going on. It's not. I don't think that's even illegal to do here anymore anyway. And even if it were. I think that's as old as time as, gambling and golf.
Golf and gambling, yeah.
They kind of go hand in hand. I mean, once you get into it, I guess. So, and that's kind of funny because that's probably what brings us our next most best boatist of all time guest.
The boat.
The boat.
Best of all time.
Yes, indeed. And so, you mentioned gambling and I had... Boy, I'd love to say it was like an honor, and in a sense it was, but I was fleeced. I was taken to the woodshed. I was, my pockets were emptied.
That'll happen.
I probably still owe somebody something from this story, but I had was fortunate enough to get a chance to go to Hobbs Sound in Florida. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Never heard of Hobbs Sound.
Well, there's a little golf course there. It's very exclusive and, probably the nicest place I've ever seen. I don't know how, fell into it, but I got an invite to come out and, play this course they called the Grove 23, right?
Grove 23.
Have you ever heard of that?
Never have.
No, well,
Sounds nefarious. Your word, not mine.
Yeah, I did say that, yeah. So the, the real name for it should be Slaughterhouse 23. In fact, I think that's what a lot of the pro players call it, is because this course is owned by none other than Michael Jeffrey Jordan, right?
Hey,
you might have heard of him.
I have.
Yeah. Well,
The notorious.
I don't even know.
notable.
Yeah, just the boat.
The boat, yeah.
The goat, the boat, the soat, the moat. I don't know. He's got them all. Anything you can put on there that means the best. I feel like that's him. But anyway, we get out there, and he designed this course. And it's very, like I said, very exclusive. I don't even think they have 100 members. I have no idea how I got out there, but I get out there, and I'm a decent golfer. We've established this.
Yeah, very decent.
But not
Strong,
on the level of like the pros that he's typically playing with. And a guy like, Ricky Fowler, I think, said has to give him like 10 shots. So for Ricky to beat MJ, he's going to have to shoot, way low in the 60s, because pretty much, and Michael's like, steady.
Is he pretty much like
71, 74, somewhere in there? Yeah, he's basically a scratch. I think he could go most places and shoot, even par. Anyway.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm a longer hitter, and he's got this place set up to where the longer hitters find the most trouble. And so, yeah. I mean, he took it easy on me, I guess, probably knowing that I was a schlub that didn't have much money to be gambling with anyway. So I didn't have to sign over like my pink slip or the house or anything like that. But he talked all the trash. Made me feel like a tiny little ant that was about to be squished by an elephant. And so I probably still owe him. So
sure.
Yeah. But lucky enough to play with him. Great experience besides losing all that money and then
worth it.
He's a tough guy to keep in touch with, or he's busy. He's a busy man. He's businessman. He's always doing something, and he's a family man. He's got all that going on. So luckily for us, I was able to slide in to the DMs and get him out to give us a call today. So
wow.
Yeah, man.
The great Michael Jordan.
The great, the best Michael Jordan. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see, but I have a good feeling that
you gave him the number.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Call.
Yeah. He got the number. He's got the digis.
Yeah.
And,
well, he's from the 80s and 90s. He knows how to dial a phone.
Yes, indeed. He sure does.
That's why we invite these people, right? Because they still know how to dial up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Make the call. It's not a text.
Right.
This isn't waiting on a text.
No.
It's waiting on a phone call.
We might do better if it were. We could.
Yeah. I know most people
get a text. Yeah, most people would prefer the text to the call.
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't have time for a call. Here
you go. Here's what you get.
10
me.
words.
Yeah.
15 words maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. I can't believe that you got, I mean, for our culmination of season 1, you got such a guest coming in. I mean, really kind of set the tone for my favorite decades, the 80s and 90s.
That's the whole reason I was thinking he would be the perfect guest to end on with this season, at least, because he was the 90s. He is. Mm-hmm. He was voted the biggest star, I believe, of the 90s. I mean,
and there were some big stars.
There were, but I mean, if I think about it, that was it. I mean, I was a kid. We were kids in the 90s, and whether it was like, the shoes or the posters or the commercials or just the championships and the play, like whether it was, college was huge. He hit that, game winner in college, and he just was a winner from forever. And the other cool part about it is the story. He didn't even make the high school team his first, try.
Wow.
He was cut, and I think that pushed him to work harder than anyone else. And, like I've said, whether it's Tiger, Serena, any of the people that we've had on kind of that are the best at what they do are the ones that work, incredibly hard and probably the hardest at it. And he falls right into that. And, to be able to win back-to-back championships, take a little break, and then come back and win back-to-back championships is unbelievable. At least I think that's how it went. That's how I remember it. Is that how you remember it?
That's how I remember
Nice.
it. Yeah.
That makes it fact.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
I mean, he, little break in between for some baseball. We all enjoyed watching Jordan play baseball. I mean, back then there were some great athletes that were doing that, right? We had Bo
Jackson,
the man,
Vincent,
Deion Sanders,
Yep. Another guy, Brian Jordan, was another one that did that.
Okay.
Less famous than the two of those.
Don't know Brian Jordan.
Right, yeah. But he did both as well. I believe he was a running back. No, he might have been a defensive player. Don't quote me on that, but he definitely played both.
Okay.
Assuming.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. And Dion and Bo were definitely the most impressive. Bo Jackson's the only person ever to have made an all-star team in both sports.
Really?
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Bo.
Yeah.
Bo knows Bo. We know Bo.
Bo knows.
Hey, speaking of, you brought up the posters. I mean, and
Are you going to the poster right now with the football pads and the baseball bat?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a great poster. Iconic.
Yeah.
Poster. And posters were big back then.
They were huge, much bigger than now.
I know.
Not physically, but like,
Dimensionally, they're similar.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much the same.
Yeah, but they're, I know. It was like you'd go to Hastings and they had the hanging racks, and you can still find those at Walmart. I mean, I don't know what other stores around here would have a.
Hobby Lobby has some, but it's not the hanging rack, but they got some posters. Yeah.
Oh, but it's not like that.
No, they're just
whatever
like
that
tubes.
Divider that's sitting on the end cap.
I know. Yeah. None of that.
You'd be flipping through. You'd see the Looney Tunes. Speaking of Space Jam, right? There was definitely always the Space Jam. Michael Jordan's.
Yeah.
One and only film, I think.
Sure.
I mean, it's the most notable one. You had that Martian Mars guy I was never into.
Yeah, Marvin
the Martian.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Right? Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, but then, Michael Jordan posters.
Yeah, and I think I had both the Jordan poster where he's, doing the dunk contest that ended up becoming the Jumpman logo for his, for his brand.
Oh, yeah.
And then the, the Bo Jackson poster, which, it's funny you brought that up because just the other day I was up at the mall with my, the kids and I think Letty was with us too. Yeah, it was all of us. Went into the sports memorabilia store and lo and behold, framed on the wall is that Bo Jackson poster.
Nice.
And I was telling my son how it's like, hey bud, I had that on my wall when I was a kid because it was just, that was it. That was the one. That was my
Had to be
favorite
the number one seller.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see it still there. It makes me, kind of need
nostalgic, right? Did you get some nostalgia
for that purpose? I feel like I want to go get like that poster or that card from up there.
Yeah,
before someone hears this and goes and buys
grabs
out from under me. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, well, that would be a good one to have on the wall.
Yes.
I know it makes me want to buy some posters for the boys. Like your boys put this up. Nate's had some car posters.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Orion just got one recently. It's like a canvas. It's all like dripped out because that's, everything's got the drip these days.
What's that?
Oh,
drip?
Boy. You are just not with the times.
Am I?
Yeah.
Wait, dude, I'm stuck in the 20th century. You know that.
So, like, if I were to put it in terms of the 90s, what drip
Speak
means.
to me in my language.
It's fly.
It's fly.
Yeah.
Drip?
Yeah. It's like, but this is literally like, it's a poster of Justin Jefferson, which is his favorite player in the NFL. Okay. He's a wide receiver for the Vikings, and he does the gritty, and every kid in the world for the last couple of years has been doing the gritty, it seems like. Okay. Except for yours, apparently. Yeah. And it's just a picture of him doing the gritty, which is like, it's a dance move that they learned at LSU, and so like it ends up, you can't, it's not good for,
they're throwing the sign.
Kind of like the OK sign, but over the eyes, it looks like goggles or whatever. But then it's all that, and then it's just like the paint is dripping, literally like dripping down it. So it's got the drip, literally.
Oh, wow.
But it's got the drip because it's so hip.
Well, hey, I'm just going to search this so I'm not out of the loop.
Okay.
The kids use the word fire. It sounds like that's fire.
It's fire.
Right.
I mean, do kids say fire? I thought that was like...
No,
they said fire. I don't know if fire is as in as it once was.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's there.
Okay.
I mean, so like this Saturday, we'll be driving probably 5 players to Phoenix for a soccer game. I guarantee you, every other word will be fire. That's fire. Oh, that's fire. That's fire. Check this out. It's fire.
That's fire.
It's fire. I mean,
it's fire. Nice.
It's still going on.
There's some weird stuff these kids are saying.
Cap, no cap.
Cap, no cap. Stan.
Do you know this?
Like, the Stan thing.
Stan, I don't know.
I guess that just means you're a
getting
fan
sturdy.
of something. Getting sturdy. There's a new one for me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a dance move.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'll have to get
It
down.
looks
with that
like a
one.
Russian dance. It's like how they kick their legs.
Yeah,
in Russia.
Hey.
Yeah. But no, they're doing it like with their hands and clapping, and it's getting sturdy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is sturdy.
But it's fun to be an old guy with these young kids and just, pretend like you don't get what they're doing and you don't understand, and you call it the wrong name, and they're like, "That's not what it is."
Yeah. That's not very fly.
Yeah, I call it getting steady.
Getting steady. Huh.
They get sturdy. I say get steady.
Yeah,
Go
that's
steady.
That has more to do with dating, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they have no idea what that
Back
means
in the
then.
20th century. And now they call it dating. Oh, they're dating. I'm like, what? They're not dating.
Right. They don't
They're
even know what
holding
that
hands
means.
at school.
That's dating, though. Mm-hmm. Pretty much that's dating.
That's dating.
Holding
Yeah.
hands. That's all you need.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick to that, kids. Just
Yes,
hold hands.
please do.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is the kids these days, but I still don't understand what the drip is. It didn't really come up.
Well, the drip is like, basically it would have a lot to do with your appearance, right? So if you got, here we go. This will tie in perfectly. Jordans, Michael Jordan's, the shoes.
Yeah, back
Jordans.
to Jordan.
Yeah, back to Jordan.
Rein us in.
So shout out to my cousin Ryle. He calls them Gordons. They've been Gordons. He's got his Gordons. He's got like a good collection of Gordons.
So
the
he's your San
Jordans-
Francisco cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He probably has a ton of Gordons.
He loves them. Yeah. Maybe not as much anymore, but certainly had a good collection back then. Nice. But anyway, Jordans are the big deal right now.
Oh, they are.
They're huge. Your kid
Speaking-
would love
yeah.
some.
Oh, yeah.
My kid would love some. My niece has some, and they're like $300+ shoes, that she blew her whole check on. And then they put these crease guards in them,
Yeah.
right? So that like,
I know.
I don't even
Mine are all
understand.
broken.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
that's
wearing
how
today.
that's because you wear your shoes and you walk in them. It's like
I know.
that's just something that
Walk
happens.
on their heels.
Well, they put these crease guards, so it's like I don't even know if they can even move their feet properly because their shoes can't make a crease in them. They're just like stiff as a board.
Yeah, it's like getting steel toe.
It basically is. Yeah. But it's just to protect your shoes, right? So anybody that's you see these kids and they're wearing Jordans and they got like all the newest gear on, and it's that's the drip. That's
I know. Well, I think of that as the fit.
right.
I mean,
sure.
that's head to toe. Yeah, that's your fit, your
Right.
outfit.
Well fitted. Yeah.
Well fitted, man. I can't imagine. That's a lot of dough.
A lot of dough just to
Spending on the
good,
fit.
right?
Yeah, my son definitely wanted some Jordans.
Right.
I'm thinking $300. Those aren't something you're going to wear to school and trash, but I think they do. Right. That's what he would want to do.
Of course.
Last night, I hear he has a line on some for $80. I'm like, okay, $80.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
That's what we used to pay. I'm
Speaking my
still,
language.
I'm 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 90s.
There it is.
Right?
Oh yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Nice.
Shout out to the
Austin.
90s. Back in the 90s, we paid $80 for shoes, 90. I mean, Jordans were over 100 back then. I never had a pair.
Yeah.
But I
had
still
some
like to pay those 90s prices for some
Yes,
shoes.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
I know.
But it sounds like maybe
Hey, he's I
He's
think
onto something.
he's shaking down one of his friends for some $80 Jordans.
and now he's a hustler. So
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
all
hustle
about
kid.
it,
If you want those,
good
you got to
business
figure
right
it out
there.
on
Yeah.
your own. I am not buying those for you.
Smat.
Yeah, he gets Crocs. He likes Crocs.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Jeez, that's like, isn't that like the sign of like I don't care about life?
I don't know. They're popular. They're lined, so they're Crocs, but they have like some sort of lining, fabric lining. And then he tells me, the strap, that's sports mode. I think that's what he
Sports
calls it.
mode.
Sports
In
mode.
the
So
Crocs.
that's when he's taking things serious. He's like, oh yeah,
Gotta
but he's
put
out
this
playing
on.
football in Crocs.
No way.
Yeah, I think-
Yay.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, wear your normal shoes.
Yes. Something with some grip and ankle support.
But Jordan,
Doesn't make Crocs.
no, he's not making Crocs, but he's making bank. First NBA player to hit like $1 billion net worth.
Right.
It says he's at 1.7 currently.
Was he the only one until LeBron?
I don't know if anybody else has, but
I think
this was
LeBron has
something
recently
he
passed it, yeah.
won Barack Obama gave him the Presidential Medal
Nice.
of Freedom.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know, one of the medals that a president can give out. He gave it to Jordan. And this was back in like, I don't know, 15. So yeah.
He probably won that. He probably won that at Slaughterhouse 23. He probably was like,
yeah,
if I beat you, you got to give me this medal.
Oh, like, nice. Boom. I know. Invited Obama out there.
Yeah. I could see that happening.
Absolutely. He is just, I mean, he's a champion and
through and through.
He's a competitor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's everything. It's golf. Yeah. Whatever he's doing, he wants to win.
Absolutely.
And he will stop at nothing to beat people.
There's a sweet story about that too, where he used to, at the Bulls games back then, he used to, they throw up on the big screen, I don't even know what you call that. Let's just call it a big screen. Yeah, something Tron for sure.
Supertron.
Not Gravitron.
Megatron.
That's a sweet ride at the fair. Yeah. Anyway, they'd have these bowl races that would, digital bowl races on the screen.
Yeah.
And he'd find out before the game which bowl was going to win. And then he would bet Scottie Pippen $100 on which bowl, on that bowl, and he would just basically was just collecting hundies from Scottie Pippen back then because he had, the line on which one was going to win.
That's unbelievable.
Oh yeah. So no matter what, even if he likes that to get that competitive, that edge, that advantage. But then, I think
just shows how smart he is.
Sure, absolutely. He's no dummy. That's for sure.
Yeah, his IQ, because you need that. You can practice all you want, but Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, these guys who just their work ethic was second to none.
Right.
Their intelligence was as well. Same with Tiger, Serena, where it's just like knowing the right things to do and how to position yourself to get ahead,
succeed. Yeah.
Ben, where's that call?
Well, coming any minute, probably, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Very hopeful.
Right.
Full of hope.
Well, yeah, he's got time for us.
Yeah, for sure. In the meantime, we'll just
how important it is.
Keep waiting, I guess.
Right. Yeah, but while we're waiting, you're the sports guy. You're stats man.
Keeps being said. What do you got for me here?
I don't know.
Where are you going with this?
You just got to hit me with some of. What were some of his accomplishments? Let's give him a shout out. Honor the effort.
Well, he's pretty good.
Right, pretty
good.
I
don't know if you knew this about him, but he's pretty good. No,
people think that.
They won 6 rings, 6 championships. I do believe he was MVP for all of those championships. The MVP of the finals, right?
Yeah.
He won 5 MVPs. He won a bunch of scoring titles. He was, he won the slam dunk contest, I think, every year that he was in it. And it's possible that was only one, so don't quote me. But he was just an icon and a legend from not from the jump, I wouldn't say. I mean, when he got to the league, I want to say that was 84-ish, and it took a little while to kind of take over. But that's the thing about basketball is you could have the best player in the world, but you're not the only person out there. You got to have a good team around you. He was on the cover of Time magazine 3 different times, which is impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been on.
Have you?
Yet.
No.
How about you?
Not yet.
Okay,
that's a good
way.
To put
he's got it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of that, he's just I don't know. There's something about him, the tongue out thing that he did. He always had his tongue hanging out. Just the way he played with people, the moves he made. He revolutionized basketball in a way that I don't think has been done. I think that, when you think of the greats that have come after him, whether it be like Kobe Bryant or LeBron or, really any of the huge names, I got to think that for the most part, they've modeled their games after him and tried to, to do what he did, which, is hard to do. And I don't think anybody had pulled it off. Kobe, was probably the closest I've seen to having similar hang time and the crazy plays that he did, and LeBron's just so much bigger. It doesn't look exactly the same, but he's again, another amazing player.
A good player.
Right, but hasn't had that same sort of run of success. So, and then you think about those teams that he had, right? So he had Rodman on some of those. He had, Steve Kerr was on some of those teams. Horace Grant. He had some characters,
Rodman. Who else? Who were the other characters?
Well,
did he have Lambeer?
No, I don't believe Lambeer was a bull, but they did go against him when he was with the Pistons, and so they had some healthy battles with Isaiah Thomas and Lambeer, and Joe Dumars, I think, was another one on the team that they had some good back and forth with. That was kind of the main rivalry. It felt like was the Pistons and the Bulls.
I know, but what about the Knicks?
What about the Knicks?
That big guy, what was his name?
I almost said Hakeem Olajuwon. It is not Hakeem. It's Patrick Ewing is the one you're talking about. Yeah. But I mean, that's I don't think that they were serious threats.
No, but the Suns put up a pretty good
fight. Yeah.
Which year was that?
One of them.
Early 90s. Yeah. One of those years.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson.
Right. Dan Marley.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy that hit the shot from the three that was a big game saver, Rex Chapman, I think.
Rex Chapman?
Cannot believe
you're going to have to nice work.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So, but, obviously not as well known. But
still, yeah. No, the Suns, they held their own. We had Portland Trailblazers were pretty good. Drexler. Wasn't that guy? Drexler. Clyde. Yeah. Great name.
Yeah, it is.
There should be more Clydes in the world.
There should be more Clydes.
Where do you think they are? In France? Clyde? No, that's Claude.
Yeah.
France.
I know one or did know one. I haven't
You knew a Clyde?
A Clyde, yeah. I call him Cool Breeze, of course.
Man, had to be a Cool Breeze with a name like Clyde.
Yeah. But, as far as, the stats and stuff, I mean, he's not like the ultimate, he hadn't had the scoring record for a career. I think that was Kareem Abdul, who's about to be passed, if not already passed by LeBron. But that has more to do with like longevity. Jordan's dad was murdered in a weird way and some really weird circumstances around all that. And I think that led to his first, that they won that championship, and then I think that kind of led to the baseball thing where he retired for, I think it was a couple seasons, and then tried his hand at baseball, which is a tough sport to transition to. There's, we've seen it done with football and baseball, like we were talking about, but never the I don't
the basketball players aren't usually out there.
That's been done before, and plus the seasons, are pretty well. They coincide. So it'd be tough to do both. I mean, football and baseball overlap, but they, they're not the
World Series towards the beginning of football.
Right. So if you're lucky enough to make it into the postseason, that would be same time and
a little bit of a conflict.
Right. So Austin made a cool point that I didn't know earlier. I knew that two of these. So he wore, with baseball, he wore the 45, basketball, obviously 23. And in basketball, I believe he wore 23 and 45. But there's a third number that I didn't know about. I think most people wouldn't know about. In fact, I think he only wore it for one game, and they lost against the Orlando Magic. Do you know? Were you listening when Austin was talking about that? Because this is a good quiz for you. I
wasn't paying attention. Yeah, exactly. Am I paying attention?
Are you?
Yeah, no.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's somewhere between 11 and 13.
Okay. Huh. That's trivia. That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it? Yeah, it was the number 12.
Nice, you nailed it.
Nailed it.
Okay,
first try.
All right.
Yeah.
But no, that was a fact that I had never heard, did not know, and didn't realize that he even wore a third number in basketball. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
I remember him playing for the Wizards. Do you remember that at all?
Oh yeah.
That was kind of later.
Washington Wizards.
He had put on a few LBs and his jumper was like flat as could be, but he still made, plenty of shots, and he was still fun to watch. So I was always rooting for him to he's one of those people I wish just could have played forever.
Right. Yeah. Pulled a Tom Brady.
Yeah, kind of. But he didn't do the real long career thing, and I don't blame him. I mean, he took, the shoes really kind of took over, and advertisements. We were talking about, ads earlier. The man was in everything.
Right.
From McDonald's to
including McDonald's,
including
which we were talking
McDonald's,
about.
right?
And yeah, those were big. The ads back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we have time to get into our McDonald's talk, but that was yeah, it was good times when McDonald's was quite the powerhouse in children's play places, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Children's playlands.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty easy for parents. It's like, go down, you get the burger, get some fries, kids eat, and they get to play.
Right.
You know, that's kind of like an hour of low-cost entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, I vividly remember the burger thing out front of McDonald's where it was like, you know, it was like shaped like a hamburger. The top and bottom looked like a hamburger, and then it had like the bars in between so you couldn't fall out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, I don't know, looked like a spaceship almost. It was a hamburger.
The hamburgers.
And you could climb up into it and then just kind of hang out in that little area. You remember that?
Was the best.
Down on Miller Valley. Same
Good
spot. Just
Middle Fort.
Yeah, it doesn't look, now it's parking where that is. You can just park there.
Right. Yeah, because it was outdoor back then.
It was
and
outdoor.
then it moved into indoor, right?
Right.
So there was some stuff. Now there's nothing. And I think that's the model for most McDonald's.
Yeah, I was wondering I wonder if there are any McDonald's left with playgrounds.
Yeah, maybe more in the valley.
And Sedona has the only McDonald's with the teal arches in the world.
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah, we got that.
We got that right here in
Yavapai
Arizona.
County.
It is.
We'll claim it. It's right on the border, but we'll claim
it probably is still in Yavapai. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's south of 80.
Yeah, that's probably. I don't know.
Isn't that
Facts.
cut off? Facts.
It's either Coconino or Yavapai, but we're close.
Yeah, we're in Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah, but what about back then I wanted to bring up, we talked about posters. It was the gear too, right? Of course, there was the Jordans.
Right.
What about those jackets? Was it Starter or what brand was it?
Starter for sure. Jackets,
yeah. I mean, I had a Raiders one back then.
Nice.
We were cool with the Raiders,
Yeah.
but Bulls, that was
the
one
Bull
to
starter
have, too.
jacket was, if you
that
didn't
was
have
topped.
that, you were
Well,
probably lame,
I was.
Yeah.
And I did not have it, but I mean, the bull on that was awesome. Whoever did
Yes.
that logo
Yes.
nailed it.
Nailed it. Sure did.
And the red, black, and white is a great
Great
combo.
colors, right? And go with the red, black, and white.
But you did.
shoes.
You were a kid that kept up with the trends.
I'd say
Right.
so.
Lindsay hooked you up.
I was pretty trendy in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Silly.
She was good.
Even, I was
getting you the
never
stuff.
good at basketball. We know this. I mean, I was
No, come
big.
on.
I was a body. I take up some space. But aside from that, I was slow, couldn't jump. All the things that you need to be really good at basketball, I were not. So,
You were not?
But I will tell you one thing I did do back then is that whenever I was on a team, I definitely had some sweet Jordans.
Did you?
And I looked like I could play basketball.
Which ones
just
did you
based on
have? The
that.
black ones?
My
with the
favorite
red?
ones to this day, I think, were they were all white. Well, I want all white on the top, and then the bottom was black, but it was like this. Gosh, what do you even call that material? It was like shiny black,
Mm-hmm. I remember.
like a fake. It's not leather, like just like vinyl. I don't know what the heck was on it, but they were
Yeah,
shiny on
maybe
the bottom,
like
and then
vinyl.
the top was just white. And those, I had those for
Okay.
sure. The old red, white, and black ones that the ones I guess that are everybody's thing.
Searching for now.
And that was, everyone's searching for that stuff now. And if you look at, the evolution of even like collecting shoes, that had to be the start of it. I don't think that there was many shoe, as far as like for males, maybe, females had shoe collections, but that really like the Jordans were status. Pretty sure people have gotten, had their shoes swiped, there's been some
high-end
trouble
stuff now.
right, that have come from that. Not as much now as that back then, but you'd hear stories of somebody getting beat up for their Gordons, which is never fun,
No.
never good. Not the intent of anybody that's ever created those, obviously, but it was just like such a craze that people will do strange things for strange things.
It's true.
It is.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get some Reebok pumps.
Oh,
That was my one.
The David Robinson ones with the basketball
that what
pump
they're-
thing.
Yeah,
Did
the
it-
basketball
yeah,
pump. Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a pair of those too. Those were
Yeah.
sweet,
Oh, so sweet.
man.
Really got you in there.
Yeah.
So that then you could run just as slow and jump just as low as you could in other shoes.
But those shoes were locked on.
Doing it.
Right. And they didn't gain any weight with that, you know. It's not like you were putting sand in there.
That's some engineering.
It is. It's a feat.
Yeah. 20th century engineering, Benny.
There.
I love it. Okay. So you, I mean, I guess you've got your friend Jordan here who took your money.
Yeah, gladly.
Didn't maybe take the time to phone in.
Oh, well, I mean, he's a busy guy, obviously.
Yeah, no, I'm with him, you know.
And he wouldn't be the first to have, you know, left us hanging.
Yeah, I know. This has been kind of a consistent theme, but
what's up with that?
We're not giving up.
No.
We're not giving up yet.
Nor should we.
No. We'll die on this hill, Ben. Waiting
Hopefully
for these phone
much
calls
later, way down the road.
Yeah. No, but always a pleasure to learn more about one of those great guys from the 80s and 90s. Great people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's definitely tops. And he's still relevant today. I mean, we don't see him a lot in the public eye. He had his movie or the film Last Dance a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Which kind of brought him back to the forefront.
Yeah, that created some tension on a lot of different fronts too. There were people that, you know, I think he and Isaiah Thomas they're not exactly tight. There was some back and forth on that. And then Scotty.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen's got some things to say.
Right. I don't know if I mentioned their kids are dating. Did I already go into that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Did I didn't mention that? That's like
not on
so that's
air.
Like the most recent news that I've heard about anything with Jordan is that
what if they're in-laws? That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. So Scottie Pippen's daughter is dating Michael Jordan's son. How about that? And if they don't, I don't know the relationship between Scottie and Michael. I mean, I hope it's good, but I could see there being some tension there. And like you say, if those two were to hit it off and then get married, now you got, you know, I mean,
that's a powerhouse wedding. I mean,
full powerhouse. I mean, if they were to make kids, there would be
players.
some unbelievable athletes, I'm sure. But there's got to be this little teensy little bit of awkwardness. It's going to go into all that.
I think Scotty thinks he could have pulled it off on his own.
Right. And I'm sure Michael's like, you could, and there's a million females in the world that you could have picked from. More than a million, obviously. I just used that because that's, you know, that's the saying. But but any other fish in this sea, and you went there. Why? What, do you hate me? No, I don't know if that's it or not.
I like it though. I think that's good.
It is good.
You know, bring some athletes.
Bring them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young love.
Yes. I don't know how
we're coming up on Valentine's Day, so you know we got to shout out to the lovers out there, Benny. Happy Valentine's Day. It will be in like a couple weeks from now, though.
Happy Hallmark Day to you too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I already got some of those little candies for Sadie.
Really? It's a little early, buddy.
Classic.
They're classic.
No, but I saw them like, you know, it's like you're at the grocery store, you're picking out the chicken thighs for dinner, and then they're right there. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You didn't get those for her, did you?
No, I did.
Okay.
I even wrote her name on it because it gives you a to from.
Oh, nice.
And so I, you know, grilled some amazing chicken.
Attaboy.
And, you know, gave her those. I mean, points.
Points.
That's how you score
nice.
Points.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah. I'm the Michael Jordan of Valentine's Day.
Nice.
No, hey, so glad Michael Jordan's part of our 80s, 90s culture. And shout out to the man. Right?
He's the man of the times,
great.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, I think still to this day, to forever, he'll be, you know, we see that Jumpman logo everywhere. We see Air Jordans. We see, you know, him without even being in the spotlight, just like infiltrating and staying relevant in society and like really just, you know, putting his mark out there on the world. And, you know, who knows what the future holds. But I know that he's had ownership in basketball teams and, you know, I'm pretty sure racing teams. He's always involved in sports and, you know, from the
business
from the
side.
business
Yeah,
side,
great.
yeah, which I love.
Great at business, very entrepreneurial. Yeah. Well, hey, keep up the good work, Michael J.
Michael Jeffrey
Jordan. Yeah. And Ben, until next time, I mean, it's been a good season. Could have been a good run, right? Mm-hmm. And just catch you on the next one.
Whenever that may be. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned,
Might
everyone.
have some info on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time. Thanks, gang. Thanks for everybody listening. Thanks to our Cast 11 people. We got Becky and Austin today to make this happening. And thank you guys. Thank you for anyone that heard this, and we'll hear it down the road. We love you. Mean it.
Peace. Hey, Ben, look at us. We're podcast stars now.
What a great first season it's been. I mean, we're 0 for 17 and didn't get a single phone call, but we had some great conversations and reconnected to our roots here in Prescott, which is nice.
Yeah. Shout out to growing up in the 90s, right? We have big plans for season 2, and we'll take our newfound podcasting skills out for a spin, introduce you to new friends and new places.
Yeah, and keep following us on the socials for a sneak peek of what's to come. And if you want to be a part of season 2, make sure to comment and let us know.
Nailed it.